So what we're going to do now is you're going to turn your cell phones on, and Mr. Graham, would you do me a favor? Would you appoint a team leader in each team? All right, so that's the question. Why does math matter, right? So each one of you, in turn, ask a how question about math. Ask a how question, ask a why question, ask a who question, right? Got it? And what we're going to do is we're going to have you put up a piece of paper over here, and we're going to replicate that diagram.
I'm Matt from 9th grade at Donahue Academy, and in our considered opinion, math matters because it is a revolutionary system of solving problems that is used by everyone, everywhere, at all times in incredibly useful methods such as arithmetic, logic, and statistics, all of which can be applied to everyday problems such as keeping count, cooking, and using past knowledge to predict the future.
I'm Anne from the 9th grade at Donahue Academy. In our considered opinion, math matters because everybody uses it to solve problems in their everyday lives everywhere. We know it is important because it has been around since at least 1830 BC, when it was invented by the ancient peoples such as the Egyptians and Babylonians, when they needed to learn to do things such as keep inventory. It takes abstract concepts and represents them with symbols to help us visualize our problems and help us solve them. In short, math makes life easier to navigate because we can use it to think our way through life's rough patches.
I'm Rosemary from 9th grade in Donahue Academy, and in our considered opinion, math matters because it has always existed and it always will, everywhere and anywhere. We use it all the time, including jobs such as engineering. It is used with equations and is most important because we can make improvements in our lives and in the world around us.
I'm Marie, and I'm a freshman at Donahue Academy. In our considered opinions, math matters because it is a rational method used to solve problems. It can be used by everyone from philosophers, businessmen, chefs, and scientists. Math is a series of steps and questions all leading to a correct answer.
My name is Miss Nancy Clark, and it's been an honor to watch you and observe you today through this process. And what I'm most interested in is what was this process like for you? From the moment that Mr. Terego started speaking in the PowerPoint, what were your thoughts just quickly about the PowerPoint, and then to actually get in and do it yourselves? And how are you feeling now? Any or all of those answers are welcome right now. You've now just been talking. You should feel comfortable talking out loud. Your representatives did a great job representing your thoughts today. So give me a couple minutes of how you feel right now. And what was it like when Mr. Terego first started talking? I'm interested. Go.
Now that we've tried coming up with who, what, where, when, why, how questions for everything, it makes me feel that maybe we don't ask enough questions, because this seemed a lot harder than maybe it should have been. I bet Socrates, this was really easy for him because he questioned everything.
I guess that we don't ask that much questions. We kind of just take the information that we have and just use it. But now, doing this, we actually thought about everything. And in the beginning of the presentation, it was kind of scary knowing that all this electronics is going to take over one day, and that some of us might not have jobs. Or now that we know from the information that he told us how to use our thinking properly.
We don't ask as many questions, but it takes so long and so much thought and time to answer even a few questions about what their essence is and the what, why, when, where, and how.
Have you ever thought this way about math before?
I knew that there were different depths to it, but I never really thought that deeply about it because I never really liked the subject too much.
I think it's interesting how people get paid to think instead of just memorize, and I think it's great that Mr. Terego is putting out this program to teach people how to do that.
Will you use this method next time you have a question, a topic, a subject? Will you remember this piece of paper, the circle, the 6 sections? Is there anybody that thinks I could actually solve or find out my own opinion about something with this method? Would you like more practice at it? It's a lot of work, isn't it? All right, well, I'll leave you with this thought that it does take practice. This type of questioning takes a lot of practice, and Mr. Graham is fully equipped in his methodology to help you grapple with questions, this Terego training method. We invite you to practice among your friends. I think you might have had more fun today than you thought you would. I watched you, and I observed a lot of faces light up once you started really thinking together. So thank you for your time. Did you want to finish up?
First of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for inviting me in and being so good and so welcoming. And I really can assure you that this was the method that changed my life. And it changed it very much for the better. And I'm not just talking about economically, I'm talking about socially, spiritually, and every other way. This is a method that you can take on board and you can use for the rest of your lives for the better, okay? But I think Ms. Clark is right. If you don't practice it, it will go away. And so get yourselves in teams, and don't forget, when somebody asks you a question and you answer it, what should you do next? Answer the question, and then question the answer. All right. Thank you so very much. You all did a great job. Give yourself a round of applause. Thank you.